Okay, this is Travis Wayne Goodsoe. So because of the new formatting that I'm doing, and I'm still coming up with more and more issues, it's going to be easier to just redo an introduction before I get into the issue. So, Mormons, why are you still in the church? You're being played for dumb by staying. There are multiple issues that millions have left the church already for. Yes, millions have left already. Why are you still in it? So I'm going to be covering all the different issues, and that reminds me of another one, Social Club. Okay. So I'm hoping one of these issues will finally convince you to say, okay, that's it. I've had enough. I need out. And some of these should be obvious, but there's something wrong with you for not leaving. And there's something wrong with the thumbs down troll, Mormon troll, who comes on my video channel just to put thumbs down on Mormon videos. He doesn't bother to read them, listen to them. He just sees them, click, thumbs down, and moves on. So he's somebody that's subscribed to my channel, I'm guessing, unless I've allowed anybody to put thumbs up or thumbs down. And I may have to check that. But I just deleted a Mormon yesterday, but I don't think it's him. He's more of a newcomer. And he comments. And it's not really comments. He just comes on my channel to insult me. So, yeah, I'm not going to allow that. So screw you. If you can logically discuss your position, we can discuss it. But if you're just going to trash talk and insult, that's not a debate. That's not an argument. That's hatred. So, yeah, these are issues that Mormons need to leave the church for, but I'm trying to figure out which one will get all the remaining members to finally say, we're out. So here we go. It's a wild and bumpy ride, and we're looking at 24 so far. So we'll see how this goes. Alrighty, here we go with yet another reason why Mormons need to leave the church. Is this one you're going to leave for, Mormons? I hope so. Come on, guys, don't be dumb. See, this is extortion. And this is different than the threats, the religious threats that the church makes, which I'll cover in one of these videos coming up. It's over a couple dozen now. This extortion is when somebody or an organization or a group or whatever threatens you with compliance, and if you don't comply, they act out the threat that they're promising or threatening. And in the church, yes, you have the religious compliance, but it's more than that, because it's not just regards to, like I said, the religious threats of you're going to burn in hell if you don't stay in the church, or you're going to burn in hell if you don't follow or obey us in our every command. This is more of the natural world extortion. It's not just with pay your tithing or you don't get to go to the temple. This is more of having to do with how the church structures their paying out of funds for the various wards. If you don't know whether you're Mormon or ex-Mormon, the wards get a budget for the year. And the budget is based upon church attendance. Temple building is supposed to be based upon the number of members who are temple eligible. And that's why the majority of temples get built here in Utah and not so much in the rest of the world. The churches, however, have to get church attendance, sacrament meetings specifically. The other meetings is not as crucial, and so as a result you have Mormons who say, well, as long as I go to the sacrament meeting, that's all that counts. And so then you don't have people going to the priesthood, Relief Society, and primary, and Sunday school classes. And of course the church is now doing away with Sunday school so that Mormons can be dumb about the doctrine from the scriptures. They have to trust whatever the leaders tell them now. And that's how Jesus Christ's church fell into apostasy, was the Constantinian church said, you have to trust whatever we tell you now, and you have to obey us. So it's exactly the same pattern. And Constantine extorted from the Christians, just as the church is now following his bad example and extorting from the Mormons. And it's intertwined with religion, because it is a religion doing the extortion. But there's other kinds of extortion. In Utah specifically, you can't get hired if you're not Mormon, or if you are a Mormon, you can't get hired at a business that works on Sundays, because they need people to work on Sundays, so they can't hire a Mormon who claims, well, I have to have Sunday off for my religious worship. That's part of the false doctrine, or the altered, well, yeah, that could be another issue altogether. I've already done the video on Sabbath day, that it's a Babylonian origin holy day, not from God. Yeah, when you have a state dominated by the church, you have extortion embedded into the culture, so that you can't get a job at a business that is run by a Mormon unless you yourself are a good Mormon boy and you've gone on your mission, you got your Eagle Scout, all that. So it used to be the case where you could put on your resume, I served an LDS mission, I was a Boy Scout, I married in the temple, have kids. That's almost a guarantee you're going to get the job over somebody who doesn't have those things. That's extortion. And I don't think people realize that. Businesses are not allowed to do that. And it's supposed to be based on qualifications for the job asked for. It has nothing to do with, are you in our clique, so that we can keep it pure. And so that's one of the problems. The other problem has to do with other types of businesses. There are businesses that refuse to be open on Sunday because it's Mormonville. And so if you have needs on Sunday, you can't get them. And they force you to know what you're going to need on Sunday, on at least Saturday so that you plan ahead. But there are things that you can't plan ahead for, and so you need something open on Sunday. And so that's part of the extortion. And there's also when Deseret Credit Union, for example, you have to be a member of the church in order to use their credit union services. And there are other Mormon-specific businesses like that. And that's also extortion, that you have to be in the club as a member in order to qualify for goods and services. And that ain't right either. There's also the Deseret News, but I'm going to cover that in a different issue. They've changed their privacy policy. So yeah, spying is what the church is also doing. But that's separate than extortion, but it's intertwined in that they use the information that they recover from their illegal spying on us in order to extort us. And that's a very bad and dangerous thing that the church has started this year. And so watch out for that in Utah. And so yeah, extortion is never to be utilized by anybody, and the LDS Church is doing it, and that should be a red flag for anybody in the church. But if not, at least I'll hopefully get a few of you to wake up on this one, that the church is extorting, and that's a no-no. God does not do that. Jesus does not do that. So therefore, it's not his church. So leave, run away.